Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the third house, posited in the second house in the natal horoscope. Well, firstly, I want to talk about the third house rules, communications, and often I believe people with this placement can use their communication skills to generate income, which is, second house is associated with generating income. Perhaps doing so through broadcasting, writing, teaching, like lecturing, even working as a professor, showing, could even be like a product demonstrator, somebody that uses their voice in their diction, ability to articulate in order to generate an income. This person may have a very good, resonant voice, as the second house, as most of you know, corresponds with Taurus, which might be, person might have an innate singing ability. And as I've stated, the broadcasting thing could be possible for somebody that has this placement. Some of the communication can very well be tied to the person's values. This person may very well communicate about his or her values very strongly, and also can emphasize this through the values through communication. Could be somebody that talks a lot about frequently about their possessions, things of a monetary nature, ideas, concepts involving money making, ideas, things of that nature, is something where that the person might talk about very fairly frequently. This could also be somebody that has siblings that have resources that are strongly connected with siblings. If the person has siblings, brothers or sisters, they might figure prominently somehow in the person's income as well. And the same would apply to the person's neighbors. If the person is with good rapport with his or her neighbors, it's possible that maybe the resources of neighbors are tied in, or certain neighbors are tied in to this person as well. Neighbors may help this person generate money, or might be involved in some kind of business with the neighbors, or and siblings. So there's obviously possessions could very well be something that is tied very strongly as far as their communications go. Their possessions might be somehow associated with their communications, such as having a computer and the internet. And a lot of their possessions may have some kind of tie to this. Could be somebody that has like CBs, walkie-talkies, and things of that nature. And because the possessions and their communication could very strongly be conjoined and tied into each other one way or another. It could it's possible too that that the siblings that the person has them and their neighbors might figure strongly in the person's in their value system as well. They might had some beliefs indoctrinated into him or her from these people, possibly, and can figure strongly on how their value structure is. If we have take the planet, and if it's adversely aspected or is predominantly negative aspects, this could be somebody that may talk his way or her way in and out of money, possible money generated or revenue, and might suffer some kind of financial loss, perhaps due to something connected with talking, maybe say throwing this out there arbitrarily, saying something inadvertently, to like say a rival competitor, like in another store or something, and gets in trouble, for that, or accidentally revealing something about their own company that maybe they shouldn't have, so there is, there could be a danger of that, I believe, as far as this placement goes. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the ruler of the third house, posited in the second house in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the third house in the third house in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.